Alright guys, so we should start streaming in a little bit. I just want to make sure that we get everything set up and I post a link out for people to come join and hang out with us. So just give me one moment as I go ahead and do that. Once again, we're just making sure everything's set up and I'm getting the link out there. So just one moment as I do that. Thank you guys for your patience. Alright, so we are just going to be testing, making sure that everybody just need to go live. We'll go public. So we're just going to be testing, making sure that the audio is working. Testing, just making sure that the audio is working. It looks like it's working on the software. I just want to make sure that everyone could hear me before I go ahead and start today's stream. Awesome, man. It looks like we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this link out on Twitter. That way anyone who wants to hang can come join us. And then as soon as I do that, we will start today's stream. So I went out and I sent that tweet, and sorry I'm out so late. I tried to get on a little bit earlier, but there's some Wi-Fi and some audio problems, so we're going to go ahead and just try to make sure that we could get through today's stream without any problems. So yesterday basically was our first episode of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. We got our Pikachu, we battled our rival Trace a couple times. Now since the audio didn't work yesterday, I do just want to make sure that I fill you guys in on what happened first. So we battled Trace twice, we beat him both times. Once I accidentally used a Tail Whip on him instead of Thunderbolt, and I thought I was going to lose that very first battle. But luckily his EV used Growl and we were able to go ahead and defeat him. The reason why I used Trace for the rival is because every Pokemon game, the protagonist and the antagonist have a name. Sort of like the very first generations, the protagonist was red, the antagonist was blue. So this one, I believe, just let me double check, but I know the antagonist's name is Trace, which is why we went ahead and used Trace for our antagonist name. And the protagonist for the female, her name is Eileen. I just want to double check the guy's name. So the male protagonist is called Chase, the female protagonist is called Eileen, and then the rival character, who is the antagonist, his name is Trace, which is why we went with that name. And then yesterday we went through the Viridian Forest a little bit. We were able to catch some Pokemon, and we were able to evolve a Weedle all the way up to Beedrill and a Caterpie all the way up to Butterfree. And we had to battle some of the bug catchers and the lasses along the way, but I didn't want to battle too many of them. I wanted to save them for today's stream. So before we ended the stream yesterday, I did go ahead and save the game. I saved it at the Pokemon Center. I'll be doing that all the time, just to heal up the Pokemon before we go ahead and save. And then we also got some Pokeballs since we used a lot. We'll go around that Rattata, and we'll go ahead and make our way to the Viridian Forest, where we'll be battling through all the bug catchers through there and all the last trainers. And then we will be getting to Brock's gym, and we'll go ahead and battle Brock and see if we could get our Boulder Badge. And we're going to be battling our first bug catcher right here. Oh, you have a partner Pokemon. Let me get a better look. Love how the music's the classical music from back in the Red Blue days. And we are challenged by bug catcher Brian. Brian will send out his Weedle. And we have our Bulbasaur that we leveled up to level 13 yesterday. It evolves into Ivysaur at level 16. So we're going to go ahead and fight, and we'll go ahead and use a Vine Whip. It's only a level 3 Weedle, so we should take it down pretty easily. And it's not very effective, so maybe for the bug types we should go Tackle with our Bulbasaur, just to see if we could get it in a one hit. But we'll use Vine Whip one more time. And Weedle has fainted. So we only got 9 XP points, and we beat bug catcher Brian. Before I knew it, I lost. We got $36 for winning and 3 Pokeballs, which is good because we were running low yesterday after we did some catch combos on some Pikachus. Because if you see Pokemon in the wild, I'll try to find one before we battle our next bug catcher, but if you see one with red or blue swirls around it, the red swirls means that it's huge, and then the yellow swirls or the blue swirls mean that it's tiny, and I believe you get extra experience for catching those. So we'll try for this Pidgey here. Oh wow, that was a terrible throw. Alright, there we go. After a little bit of trouble, we finally got it. See if we could get it to stay on its first try. Nice, and we got it. So we went ahead and caught Pidgey. 14 experience points. More than we got with bug catcher Brian over there. So we'll tuck away Pidgey in the bag, and then before we battle the next one, I do want to try to find one that has either the tiny or the large boost. Oh nice, and some items. 3 raspberries. And we'll try to get past this guy without him seeing us. And there usually is some Pokemon back here. See, so that Pidgey right there has the blue swirls around it. That's tiny. And then I believe you get a catch multiplier and extra XP if you find one that's tiny or huge. Huge would look the same way except it has the red swirls around it. So I'll run back to the front and see if we can find one with some red swirls around it so you guys can see what that looks like, and then we'll finish battling all the trainers here. So there you see the Pidgey again with the blue swirls around it. That means that it's tiny. Caterpie and Oddish with some blue swirls around it. And we'll come back over here, see if we can find anything over here. So it looks like we're having trouble finding something. So I might go ahead and just battle the bug catchers, and then when we do something, I'll go ahead and remind you of it. So I believe we already battled that guy. We battled the last yesterday. We battled this guy yesterday. Battled that guy yesterday. We'll go ahead and get this youngster here after we get the Weedle. Then we turn into that. So see, you even saw the "it's tiny" graphic above it. It'll say it's huge if it has the red swirls. Great throw. And we went ahead and caught Weedle. So we got 14 experience points. Pikachu's growing close to level 14. And for anyone that joined us in the stream, thank you guys for joining. Just be sure to view my YouTube page. We won't have any new Pokemon Go upload video until Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to try to get on and do a Let's Go stream tomorrow. And then, oh, so there's one with the red around it, so that's the huge. So he's not a trainer. So I'm going to definitely try to do a stream tomorrow and Tuesday. And here's another last to battle. Yes, I do. I caught a Bulbasaur in this forest yesterday. So tomorrow's stream will probably be a late night stream again. Tuesday, I'm not really sure when we'll be doing the stream, but I also want to do record a Pokemon Go video to post on Wednesday. So the best way to find out my schedule of when I'll be live, when I'll be having or posting some videos on my channel is through my Twitter at MattyMeeshGaming. That's MattyMeeshGamin. So you can also find my Twitter and any link on any video on my YouTube channel. So all my Pokemon Go videos on there. I need to add them to the streams as well. Could you listen to what I have to say, please? You already listened, and we caught Bulbasaur in the forest. So, yeah, I'll add them to the Let's Go streams, my video links, but you can find them in the Pokemon Go description to get my Twitter link. And in that way, you could go ahead and follow me to see when I am going live or when a video will be posted. My upload schedule is usually at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless it is a double upload, then it'll be 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But nothing's set. I'm still testing things out, so if there's something you would prefer, just leave a comment, and I'll definitely go ahead and take all that into consideration. So we're challenged here by Bugcatcher Doug. And he's going to go ahead and send out Kakuna. Bulbasaur. We'll see what Tackle does. It's only level 3. Kakuna used Torden. And then we'll finish it off with a Vine Whip here. So I wish they kind of had some more Pokemon to battle with, because the XP you get from them isn't anything that great. We'll go around here. We already battled her. Nice, and we found another guy to battle. Hey, wait up, what's the hurry? Why the rush? Bugcatcher Sammy. He only has one Pokemon, which is a Metapod. Hopefully it's something more than level 3, because we're barely getting any experience for him. And it is level 3. We'll just go ahead and use a Tackle. Metapod will use Tackle back. ahead and use Tackle Back. So you only get 17 experience points for catching some huge or tiny Pokemon. You get a lot more than that. At least we get some Pokeballs and some money for beating these guys. So I believe that's the end of Viridian Forest, where we could go ahead and challenge Brock after that. But I just want to make sure that we battled everybody in the forest before we go ahead and move on to Pewter City. I actually got lost in the Viridian is it the Viridian Forest? I might need to change the description. I actually think it's Viridian City, and I don't think there's a forest. But anyways, I got lost in this part back in Yellow version when I was a kid. I remember somehow I made it out of it, and I battled Brock, but I ended up losing because all I really had was like my Pikachu and then like Rattata and Pidgey. And when I went to the challenge Brock, I lost. But I didn't go to the Pokemon Center there, so it kicked me back to like the previous Pokemon Center I visited, which was like that city like in between. It's the one that it was the Pokemon Center we were just at the beginning of the stream, but I actually got kicked back there, and it took me forever to go ahead and try to find my way back through the Viridian Forest, because if you remember back in Yellow version, there's just that sign at the end of it, and then this, like, if you walk next to the sign, and there was like a door you automatically went into, but it wasn't really noticeable. So I was like lost in that area for like a while, and then finally one day I found my way out of it, and then I was able to battle Brock, and that time I won. So I'm pretty sure we battled everybody. I believe that's the exit again, so we'll just come this way. I just want to make sure we battled everyone. Didn't mean to run into that Caterpie. Battled him. And we'll come back to the front of the... didn't want to run into the Pidgey. All the Pokemon here are like level 4, shows those bug catchers and last. They haven't really been training. No one over here. Battle that guy. Battle that guy. Well, we're gonna get this boosted Pikachu before we continue checking everybody. It's huge! And it's level 6. Excellent throw. Throw pre. So I'll use a Raspberry. Another excellent throw. So that should be huge experience if we could get it. Nice, and we went ahead and got it. 185 experience. Nice, and we got Bulbasaur up to level 14. So we'll forget Growl for Poison Power. Poison Power. We'll go ahead and remove Tackle Sleep Powder. lot of experience and a lot of leveling up with that. I believe we battled everybody over here, but I just want to check, and then after this we'll go ahead and make our way out of the Viridian Forest, and we will get into Pewter City after that, and we will get ready to battle Brock. You know what, that Weedle's huge, so we're going to go for it. It's huge! And it's level 6. Excellent throw. Oh, broke free. Another excellent throw. Third excellent in a row, third time's the charm. Only 43 experience points for that one, but Rattata grew to level 8 and Pidgey grew to level 10. So it looks like we did battle all the trainers. We'll find out the name of it right here. Or not. So we did battle everybody we can in the Viridian Forest, so we're going to go ahead and make our way to Pewter City. Alright, so here we should find a name of it. Oh, but we encountered something. It's level 6, so we'll go ahead and catch it. Broke free. Great throw. Nice, and we got it that time. Experience. And let's see here. Yeah, the Viridian Forest. So this is where I got stuck because that was just like a black archway next to the sign back in yellow version. You couldn't really tell that it was a door. So when I lost to Brock and it kicked me to the previous Pokemon Center, since I forgot to heal up in Pewter City, it took me forever to get back through the Viridian Forest. The higher Pokemon's CP, the higher its combat power is. I hear CP is a value made up of various stats and things combined. That is true. We'll talk to this old man here. Have you noticed the skinny trees on the roadside? They can be chopped down with the secret technique called chop down. I hear. And here we are in Pewter City. I think we are. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure that's what it said, but I wasn't paying much attention, so we'll come back out again. It might be a route before Pewter City. in Pewter City. Here's Trace. You know, there's a Pokemon gym up this way, right, Matthew? You can battle against the gym leader there, and he's seriously strong. If you want to get stronger, you've definitely got to try to take him on. Ah, geez, Pikachu, you're ready for a good battle too, huh? Who would it be? Alright then, you're making me want to cheer you guys on too, so take these. We got some potions from Trace. Let me put those in the medicine pocket. I bought some for you with the prize money I've been earning in all my battles. Beat that gym leader, Matthew, and you could really call yourself a true trainer. Give it your best. So I believe that's the gym right there. We'll talk to some people, because since Pokemon is a RPG, you want to talk to everybody you see, so we'll go ahead and talk to some people, then we'll go ahead and get ready to battle on Brock. Don't need to keep leaving. Pokemon you get in trades grow faster, but they won't listen to a weak trainer in battle. If only we had some gym badges. Well, there's a gym like right next to you. Trying to teach this Nidoran to sit. You should be careful with your money. Don't go blowing it all in one place. It's fun sometimes to buy a whole bunch of Pokeballs at once. That's exactly what I did yesterday. There aren't many serious Pokemon trainers here in Pewter City. They're all bug catchers and, like, you know, just hobbyists. But Brock at the Pewter City gym isn't like that, not one bit. We'll read this line. I'm pretty sure it's just saying that's the... Oh, it's trainer tips. I actually have to do with some experience, so I'm going to go ahead and read that to you guys again. All the Pokemon in your team can earn experience points even if they don't fight in a battle. But if you do switch them into battle, even just for a moment, they'll get more experience points. Alright, so I kind of knew that, but it's still good to just know. Talk to this girl here with her Butterfree. Let's see what the figure is. So we'll go ahead and keep her Slowpoke company for a while. So I spent a relaxing time with Slowpoke. Oh nice, we got a big pearl from the lady. Sure, no problem. There's the gym right there, so I just want to verify that we've talk to everyone. We'll go to the museum first. You know what, we will go in. A fossil of the rare ancient Pokemon Kabutops. So he says, I should be grateful for my long life. Never did I think I would get to see the bones of a dragon. Is that Aerodactyl? Yep, it is. And you can see him hanging there. Fossils from Mount Moon. Space exhibit. Says an object that fell on Mount Moon thought to be a moonstone. Pretty huge moonstone. Hologram, and it has a title, A Map of the Universe. I want a Pikachu, it's so cute. Daddy, can you please get one for me? Yeah, I'll get you a Pikachu soon, I promise. Hey, your Pikachu. No, it's too attached to you. I could never tear apart such a bond. Pieces of a meteor. Saw a beautiful crystal when you looked into the microscope. Little space shuttle. It's been decades since mankind stood on the moon, and now we're following the dream of standing on that faraway red planet. News about space always makes me so excited. Seems to show the origin of the universe. So it looks like that's all you could go ahead and see in the Pewter City Museum. I wonder if once you go in, if you could go back in, or if you have to repay, so we're going to go ahead and try that. So it is 50 times every time you visit, so if you do decide to visit the museum, make sure that you look around everything you want to look around before leaving, because once you leave it does cost $50 to get back in. So then you have some trainers to battle along the way, but we're actually going to go ahead and not make the mistake that I made when I was a kid, even though I know I'll beat Brock the first time. And we're going to go ahead and heal up at the Pokemon Center. Yes, we would like to rest our Pokemon. So all our Pokemon are healed up now. So we are going to go ahead and get ready to challenge Brock. So we have to go all the way back around there to get to him. So it looks like they have some people watching. There's 2 trainers we need to battle before we get to Brock. Hiya, you're here to challenge the gym, aren't you? I'm not a trainer, but I can tell you're worthy of challenging the gym leader. Now let's get started. The Pewter City Gym only allows trainers who know type matchups to enter. There are a few types that have an advantage against the gym leader's rock-type Pokemon. But for trainers who have never challenged a gym before, we have them use either grass or water-type Pokemon. You have to show me a grass or water type Pokemon if you want to face the gym leader. So Bulbasaur, obviously. Great, that Pokemon is exactly what I wanted to see. Here I am and aim to be a Pokemon champion. So back in the game's red and blue version, if you chose Bulbasaur, it was pretty much easy against the very first 2 gym leaders because it's super effective against Rock, against Brock's Pokemon, and Water Pokemon from Misty. If you choose Water, it's good against Brock's gym, the first gym, and then you would just need to find a grass or electric type to take on Misty. And then if you get Fire, Charmander wouldn't be any useful until you got to the third gym. So a lot of people said that Charmander was the hardest starter to start with, and Bulbasaur was the easiest. But since we found that Bulbasaur in the Viridian Forest in part 1, which is actually live on my channel, so if you didn't see my live stream yesterday but want to watch it, it is uploaded on my channel. Although the audio didn't work yesterday, we had some problems with that. So if you want to see part 1, there's no audio in it, but you can still watch part 1. It's on my channel. Pewter City Pokemon Gym, Gym Leader Brock. Certified Trainer's Trace. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch my party. For the 2 people that we're going to, those 2 trainers that we need to face before we get to Brock, I'm actually going to use my Pikachu again, since we do have that move Double Kick, which is super effective against rock Pokemon, which you'll go ahead and see. This is the Pewter City Gym. Trainers here are a bit different from those you've faced so far. Hopefully I have stronger Pokemon that award more XP. Pickaninny and Mara. She sent out Geodude. Go on, Pikachu. No, you can do it. So here, Double Kick. That move is super effective against rock types, as you'll see here. And I believe Pikachu learned it. It's level 14 now. It's probably like around level, like somewhere between 8 and 10. We're screwed to level 14. So we'll see what old move we could forget. You know what, I'm not going to teach us Sleep Powder. Yeah, we need Pickaninny and Mara. You're quite different from the challengers I've faced. We got 140 for winning. You're challenged by Camperlium. Go on, Pikachu, know you can do it. So level 7 Geodude. Oops. What uses time, it measures distance. Another 140 for winning. And actually, since this is my first gym battle, I wanted to battle it with my starter Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and start to face Brock with Pikachu. And then I'll go ahead and switch out Bulbasaur. You're pretty hot, but not as hot as Brock. So you're here. I'm Brock, Pewter City's gym leader. You can see just by looking at my Pokemon how rock hard and my willpower is. My Pokemon are all hard as rock and have true grit determination. That's right, my Pokemon are all rock types. Haha, you're going to challenge me even knowing that you'll lose? That's what a trainer's honor demands. So be it, show me your best.